put together one of the most competent foreign policy teams, I would argue, in American history, sitting in this room and before my eyes.
The State Department speech there. Your thoughts, sir?
Well, look, I don't want to insult people on their way out. Finally, you thought this day would never rise, and it's what we've suffered at the border. You know, people talked about their foreign policy. They talked about the inflation. They talked about all the things that happened. We wouldn't have had inflation. We wouldn't have had any wars. You wouldn't have had Russia, Ukraine. We shouldn't have ever had the Israel. Israel would not have been attacked by Iran, because ultimately it was Iran that did it. But when you look at what happened during this last 4-year period, I think it was the lowest point in the history of our country. It's been so bad. And I watched what he said, and he's trying to make good of everything, like he talks about Afghanistan. Well, we were moving out too, but it would have been with dignity and grace and strength and all of those things. And you know what he did with the airplane and the people falling off the plane and the craziness and 13 dead soldiers and leaving billions and billions of dollars worth of equipment in the hands of the Taliban. It's just, it just couldn't have been any worse than that. And I think probably that's why Putin invaded. When he saw the incompetence of Milley and these people, he said, "Wow, these people are not so good. We're going to go and do the invasion of Ukraine." I really think that was a big factor. No, it's been a terrible 4 years, and I think, frankly, the worst thing of all is allowing 21 million people or more. You know, the gotaways, they don't even include them, but 21 million people, of which many of them are criminals, many of them are murderers, many of them are murderers of more than one person. And I think that's the single biggest thing. It's going to destroy our country. And you look at if we don't get this taken care of, and we have great people, Tom Homan, who you know well, but if we don't get this taken care of, our country will be destroyed by that.
Yeah, you're preparing a number of executive orders that are going to next Monday afternoon. Immigration is the big one, and that's where I wanted to go to next. How fast do you think Americans are going to see results? We're going to start seeing deportations. How fast will we feel what you're about to do?
Immediately. It's going to be immediate. We had the safest border in history during my presidency, when I turned around and looked at that beautiful chart that came down from a crane or wherever it came from. That was a chart on immigration with the best immigration numbers we ever had. We're going to have them again. We're going to have them maybe even better. But we have to get a lot of people out. We have criminals at a level that nobody could believe, terrorists, and as I said, murderers, people that murdered people. Many people murdered more than one. They came from prisons, and they came from mental institutions, insane asylums. There are street gangs from Venezuela and many other countries. Not only South America. They're from all over the world. Yeah. The Congo is well represented. What they did to us, I just cannot understand how this can be good. They had an open border policy. As soon as I heard open border, I said, wow, we're going to get all the prisoners from these countries. And I know many of the leaders of these countries. They're smart, they're savvy, streetwise, very streetwise. And they're giving, I said, they're going to empty their jails out into our country. That's exactly what happened.
Well, Biden, I mean, I'm not going to play the soundbite. It's a ridiculous one. But Biden today actually claimed that illegal entry went way down when he became the president of the United States, which just, I think, shows you their inherent capacity to lie. Imagine saying that.
Well, they lied about Russia. They lied about the son. He lied about his son won't get a pardon, and many other aspects of his son. Many other aspects, and lied about everything. They lie about everything, not only him, everybody in that party.
You know, everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt tonight on Newsmax.